Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out here. It's a glorious day. We're going to do some great things today. And to get this started, I'd like to introduce our club president, the Danville chapter of Ambucs president, Dr. Gary Tucker, Assistant Superintendent of District 118 School.
Thank you, Lieutenant Richard.
Thank you, Lieutenant Richard.
On behalf of the Danville chapter of Ambucs, I would like to welcome you to this site dedication for the Ambucs Playground for Everyone. Thank you for your attendance. Ambucs is a national service club that focuses on assisting individuals with disabilities. Danville's club was chartered in 1925 and has a long history of service to this community. I like to think that Ambucs everywhere not only talk the talk, but we walk the walk. This playground is certainly an example of what Ambucs all over the country are doing to fulfill our mission. I'd like to recognize Mayor Bob Jones and members of the City Council who are present, Danville Parks and Recreation Department, Doug and Steve, our Ambucs board officers and Ambucs members who are here, National Ambucs President Dean Jackson, Boundless Playground, our DHS advocates who are here, Mrs. Lashbrook's class from Mead Park, and all the people in the community who have helped us get to this point. I will begin this ceremony the way we begin each meeting. Welcome to the Danville chapter of Ambucs, where we're dedicated to creating independence for people with disabilities, especially children. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Now to give you some local history of our project and our local Ambucs Playground for Everyone, I'd like to introduce the co-chairman of our committee to build this playground, Mr. Bill Fulton.
Well, as they say, we've come a long way, baby, but we got a long way to go. The actual idea for this project has been kind of floated around Ambucs. I know a few people have talked about it here and there, and it's been something we've always wanted to do. It's obviously a very large project. The other Bill Fulton, who is my uncle, just to clear that up, there are two Bill Fultons. He's over there, so in the gray jacket. He wanted me to check in on the internet back at the beginning of 1999, kind of check out how playgrounds work and what we could do as far as a handicap accessible playground and make it fun for able-bodied children and all children. And we didn't know we didn't know anything about playgrounds. We didn't know anything about anything at that point. We checked around for several months. I found no one that could really help me. We didn't know what we wanted, but we knew everything we found was what we didn't want. And basically by the spring of '99, I'd pretty much given up on looking, because I just didn't think we could find what we wanted and was kind of putting it on the back burner. Then Pat Kaszewski let me know that during our summer convention, our national convention, a company called Boundless Playgrounds was going to be speaking. Sounded like a pretty good deal. She told us that, kind of the things that they represented, which is accessibility for all children and fun for all children so they could intermingle, which sounded pretty good. So the very first phone call I made to Boundless Playground, I knew for sure that if we're going to do a playground, it was going to be with them. And the reason I knew that is because they were absolutely inspiring to talk to. And later on in our lunch that are coming up, we'll know a little more details about Boundless Playground. But they absolutely are in it for the right reasons. And that's why we knew when we talked to them that they were the people that we wanted to talk to. And they told us about what they meant and the other parks that they've done. And we knew for sure that that's what we wanted to do. We didn't know what we wanted yet, but we knew they knew what we wanted. So we went with them and we talked to them. And then we got with Doug Arntz in the Parks Department here. This is all before we took it to the Ambucs board and to the general membership. Talk to them, see what feasibility of land and all that, and I'll tell you what, Doug and Steve Lane, the rest of the Parks Department, I challenge you to find any better Parks Department in the state of Illinois. They absolutely helps the brown those. They absolutely have been great to work with, and the design, Steve Lane has kind of taken our conceptual design. If you want to look later, you can come up here and look at what the basic playground is going to look like. This whole staked-in area is where it's going to be, and this is what's going to be in it. Some of the equipment may change a little bit, but this is what our playground is going to look like. And so we're very excited about it. And like all Ambucs projects, we did a lot of studying about it. The board took it up, and we had a real serious discussion about it. We didn't know whether we wanted to do it or not. I mean, everybody was excited about the project, but they were a little afraid of the size of the project. But I tell you what, the board got behind it. We took it to the membership. They passed it overwhelmingly to do this project and take it on with all the other projects that we did, that we currently do. And like like Gary said, we walk the walk and talk the talk. And we have taken this project, and in 8 months, we have, with the partnership of Boundless, the Parks Department, and Ambucs, we've been able to take this thing, and we've got it designed. We're ready to start doing a lot of stuff with the project. We've got it designed. We've got half the money raised, so we're very excited about it, and hope that everyone out here that can contribute some time, or most importantly money, to us at some point, so that we can get this done, and we will get this done. And there's no way it's going to stop, and we will, just like every other project that Ambucs takes on, we will complete it, and it will be the best of the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Now it's my extreme pleasure to introduce a person who is the reason why we're really here, a very inspiring lady. She's came all the way from West Hartford, Connecticut, to be here today. The founder and director of the Boundless Playground Project, Amy Barzak.
I am so delighted to be here today. What you are doing in Danville is the perfect public-private partnership. A service club who cares about kids, a community that cares about kids, and people from throughout Danville working together to build a playground where children of all abilities are going to be able to play together. Boundless Playgrounds is a nonprofit organization that is totally passionate about the idea of children of all abilities being able to play together. And the things that you're going to find in this playground when it's done are going to be fun and accessible for everyone. And my favorite story is that the very things that are included for the children with special needs are often the most popular with all of the children. It is a pleasure to be here. I'm happy to tell you more at the luncheon at 12 o'clock. Please come. And it's such a pleasure to work with the Bill Fultons and everyone else here today to help dedicate this site for your playground. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Now to represent the City of Danville and the Parks Department, it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Robert Jones.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks for everyone being here this morning. This is a great day for Danville. I think this is one of the many partnerships that the City of Danville has enjoyed that's made the quality of life in Danville a lot better. And it makes you proud of your city when you can see so many volunteer groups that make Danville what it is. We're just part of that team and glad to be part of it. I know Doug Arns and Steve Lane are two outstanding employees. We certainly appreciate all those kind words that you said about them, Bill. That's really great. Because sometimes the guys in the field don't get the recognition for what they do. Certainly the City Council is behind this project from the very beginning when it was brought to us. When I first met with Steve and Doug and some Ambucs members, I think it was a great idea. And this is certainly a fantastic location. And all we can say is another thing that Danville will put its shoulder against and get the job done. We appreciate the Ambucs and the many things they do for our city, and just keep up the good work, and thank you.
Now to represent the national organization of Ambucs, we have our national president, Mr. Dean Jackson.
Not being a politician, I need notes. But being an attorney, I'll probably be more long-winded than the rest. So I apologize for that. Thanks, Bob, Gary, Pat Kaczewski, Danville Ambucs for inviting me and having me here. I've been a lot of places in the past year representing National Ambucs. And one of my favorite stories of all times is about the Ambuc Freedom Train, and I'd like to share that story with you today if I could. The Ambuc Freedom Train is a train that stops in every town, in every city in the United States so far. Now, we may go international. You'll have to wait till the national convention to hear about that. But everywhere that this train stops, it picks up anyone and everyone who cares to board, whether they be disabled, whether they be able-bodied, whether they be women, men, or children. It matters not. Not one person is refused admission to the Ambuc Freedom Train. And the moment anyone boards the Ambuc Freedom Train, he or she becomes equal in the minds of all, and equal in the body of all. Equal in ability, equal in the eyes of women, children, and men everywhere. And equal in the eyes of our Creator. Ladies and gentlemen, with the help of Boundless Playgrounds, Amy, thank you so much, and the immense generosity of the Danville Ambucs Club and their individual members and the city of Danville, the dedication of this park today places Danville, Illinois on the map as a major station and a major destination for the Ambuc Freedom Train. Personally, and on behalf of National Ambucs and the National Board of Ambucs, I thank you. I thank you to the Danville Ambucs and their members. Thank you to the city. Thank you to the park district, the parks department, and thank you most of all, everyone that's here, for touching the lives of others, for being willing to help Danville Ambucs touch the lives of others and make a difference in these kids and with their families, just for making a difference. I've often said, and it really goes well with the Danville chapter, have fun, do good, and feel good. I mean, that's what Ambucs is all about. And if I know the Danville chapter as well as I think, and I do, this will truly be an Ambucs playground for everyone. Thank you.
Before we get on with the unveiling, when you look at our site diagram, you'll see a figure 8 track on the throughout the playground, and that's what we're calling our Amtrack. And that's for our Amtrikes, the children that have Amtrikes, which is a specially built tricycle which we provide to children free of charge. It's going to be a site that they can come and ride their Amtrikes here at the park, and we wanted to be sure to explain what these vehicles were up front. Now, with the help of the Meat Park students, we're going to unveil and dedicate our playground today, and I'd like Ms. Blackbrook to come up with her kids. Now this is we're going to try to do this real cool like, but the guys on the ladder are going to have to help us out. So Mary and Amy and Bill and Dean and Bill and Pat can come up.
All right, Lieutenant Richard and Mr. Ellis, are you ready? Are you ready? On behalf of the Danville Ambucs, National Ambucs, we dedicate this site for the Ambucs playground for everyone. Ready, set, go! Good job. Thanks, boys and girls. That was great.
All right. All right, Anna.
Once again, on behalf of Ambucs, thank you very much for coming. We owe Lieutenant Richard and his committee a great deal of thanks for organizing this. We couldn't have done this without Bob and his committee. We hope all of you will be able to come to our luncheon this afternoon where we'll tell you a little bit more about the playground and a lot more about Ambucs. Thank you very much.
Children being themselves, enjoying a warm fall day at a playground. Unfortunately, most children with disabilities never have the chance to play independently with their peers in a playground. This might not seem significant until you see a child with leg braces or in a wheelchair who is unable to enjoy the magic of a playground. Most playgrounds today, if accessible at all, merely provide transfer decks and limited ramps, requiring children with disabilities to leave their support equipment behind in order to play. Often, these children feel vulnerable while crawling around these truly inaccessible play structures, if they can even reach them, and embarrassed as their parents and siblings have to help them. If only there were a truly boundless playground that could be enjoyed by children of all abilities. Well, with your help, here's what that could be. Boundless Playgrounds, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, is dedicated to creating playgrounds where children and people of all ages and all abilities can play together, including typically able children and children with physical, sensory, and developmental disabilities. Founded in 1997 by a passionate team of parents and professionals, Boundless Playgrounds has built a reputation for excellence by working with children, families, communities, municipalities, schools, hospitals, foundations, and companies to develop universally accessible playgrounds. Hard to imagine? Come with us to New England for a tour of 2 Boundless Playgrounds.
Hi, my name's Matt Kavanaugh, and I'm here at Jonathan Stream, the first Boundless Playground. I'm 10 years old, and I use a wheelchair. This is a really cool playground. Let's go. If this were it had stairs, how do you think I would be able to do this? And this. Not to mention this. What's really neat about all the ramps is they have lines in them, so it feels like a roller coaster. It is awesome. For somebody in a wheelchair like me, all these lines just feel like some sort of theme park ride. Over here we have the Jeep, which is pretty cool because you can pretend you're driving. This is Max's accessible Jeep. I remember once my brother sat on top and I was driving it from here. Over here we have a bunch of color cubes, which I hate to destroy because I saw somebody had them turned so that the blue was all on the other side. But sorry. This is called the Santa table. Actually, no, it's called the seed and gardening table. These are at my height, so I don't have to get out of my chair to do these. And this is my boat swing. I designed it. This is a neat little steering wheel. And over here is an anchor, and this rocks, as you can see. My chair, the momentum from going back and forth, gets it moving. And then this is like one of those pirate rides at the theme parks.
We're doing a tour of Jonathan Stream today, and what you'll find is that many of the things that are here specifically for children with special needs are in fact the most popular with all the children. So as we walk through the different parts of the playground, I'll show you different parts of Jonathan's Dream that make it special. When you enter Jonathan's Dream, one of the first things you'll notice is that there's a lot of accessible pathways that give children with disabilities a chance to get all around just like everyone else. The swing set is surrounded by rubber matting, which gives it a chance to be accessible to all kids. And there's also a variety of different swings. The red swing that you see behind me has a high back and a high neck, which gives additional support to kids who don't feel comfortable or are not able to swing on the traditional sling swings. One of the most important aspects of a boundless playground, or any playground for that matter, is safety surfacing. In a boundless playground, you need to have a lot of rubber matting or poured-in-place rubber surfacing to provide universal accessibility. One of the things we try to do at Boundless Playgrounds is understand the needs of lots of different types of children. There's a number of different types of disabilities. Children in wheelchairs is certainly a major one, but there's children with developmental disabilities and sensory disabilities. And by understanding the diverse needs of all children, we're able to help create places where children of all abilities can flourish together.
My name is Brendan Stevens, and this is Everybody's Playground. And you will be receiving a tour from me. And this is one of the 4 high things, and you can almost see the whole playground. You can see down there and everywhere. Bring me to that. And this is how you can play taxi. And here's one of my favorites. It's a bridge. Of course, when I go up it, it feels sort of like a hill on a roller coaster. And then there's like a periscope over here, which is pretty cool because, nope, nobody's down there. Nope. Yep, somebody's down there now. Another wheel. Over here, we have what is a mirror on this side, but if you're on the other side looking, you can see it's a see-through window.
This is Everybody's Playground, co-founded by 2 moms here in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. It's designed for children of all abilities to be able to run and play, whether they walk or use wheelchairs, with 2-level decks and lots of fun things to do. The nice thing about this playground is there's lots of looped play structures so that children can go from one place to another without having to turn around and back up. As you see behind me is a loop play structure that leads to the really tall bridge. It's one of the most fun aspects of the playground because children of all abilities like to be really high. Here we are in the Fort Patrick section of the playground. It's designed to memorialize or celebrate the history of the Revolutionary War that happened here in the Fairhaven, Massachusetts area. Lots of play structures, lots of play forts, flags, bright colors, and lots of cozy places to hide and play. There's a lot of different play panels in this playground here that take advantage of children's natural tendencies. This one uses hand-eye coordination, and it's also a team effort because down below another child can participate together with the child up on the higher deck.
Thanks for watching. My name is Brendan Stevens, and this is Everybody's Playground.
Some kids dream they can fly, while others just dream of playing in the park.
Help us make a difference in millions of kids' lives. Please. We need your support.
Make the dream a reality. Boundless Playgrounds.